Mic check. This thing on. YouTube. What is going on? I've been taking a little break from my journey of YouTube, basically because I've been battling this court case. I caught a gun charge in Charlotte one night after a car meet. And I want to talk to you guys about the importance of understanding car meet etiquette, but really just being aware of your surroundings. So basically, I can't fault no officer for doing his job, you know what I'm saying? If something is done illegally or not the right way, you don't have the right credentials, you can't really blame them. So I don't blame the officer, I just blame the courts in general because it's so dumb on why you took my gun. So basically what happened was, boom, I go to a car meet. It's a little park and chill, some chill shit. And it's right outside of a Chipotle. So I go into the Chipotle, you know, we outside, I get my food, boom, we chilling. But before I go into the Chipotle, I have my firearm on me. And it's not really on me, it's just in my car. I don't want to carry it with me into the Chipotle. I'm just running in to grab my food right quick, so I slide it under my seat. And mind you, that's technically considered concealing it, but it's no different if I'm driving down the street with my gun on my lap or on my dashboard or in my glove compartment. It's still in my car. Everything is legal, legally registered firearm in my name. I didn't have my carry conceal at the time, but I eventually ended up going to get it. So boom, they pull me over. They say I failed the signal going right when I turned, so boom, they got me on that. They asking me, you know, where you coming from, what you doing, woo woo woo, and I'm telling them like, yeah, I'm just headed home, I just got Chipotle. I ain't say nothing about a car meet, nothing about none of that. Somehow I end up leaving out as they're coming into the car meet to like kind of disperse us and spread us out. So they follow me, boom, pull me over. He asks, is there any firearms in the car? I tell him, yes, my legally registered firearm is under my seat. It's in my car with me. He's asking, boom, boom. I tell him, oh yeah, I just went into Chipotle and forgot to take it off and under the seat. Completely legal. It's got a, what's it called? It's got a holster and everything. Like I'm thinking I'm good. He comes taking a minute, searching the car or whatever. And then boom, he tells me like, yeah, we gotta take the gun. We'll let you go, but we gotta give you a gun charge basically. And he's telling me like, oh, it's a misdemeanor, just show back up to court. They'll possibly give it back, this, that, and the third, boom, whatever. So now I go public defender because it's a minor case. I didn't do anything wrong in my eyes. I didn't use it to cause harm to anybody or anything like that. It's just annoying the fact that I got a public defender. I show up to court for one of my cases, and she's telling me like, okay, yeah, we could do this, we could work this out, boom, boom, boom. For those of you who don't know, back when I was like 23, I caught a DUI. The DUI really was a misdemeanor, class 1 misdemeanor, I think, and it ended up with me being on probation, some type of probation for 5 years. I get off in 2027. So she's basically telling me at the courthouse that, oh, because you caught the gun charge, it's going to violate your probation. Violating my probation over a gun charge is understandable, but the circumstances, I feel like it shouldn't have violated me. They basically took my gun because I didn't have it carry concealed. I show up to court. The first time I showed up and she told me all of that, I was already in the process of getting my carry concealed. By the time that I came back to court the second time, I had already got my carry concealed. I have it with me. I showed up to court with it in my pocket. But by that time, she had already passed my case off to someone else, and I didn't get a phone call. I didn't get anything but a paper sent in the mail. I get the paper about a week before my court date, and it's telling me basically, oh, you got a new lawyer. Your lawyer is such and such, and they'll be at the court case. So boom, I show up again, and this was 2 days ago, I believe. Yeah, 2 days ago. I show up again. I see her in the courthouse. She's in the courtroom walking around taking clients, whatever. I stop her and I ask her, hey, I seen a paper in the mail saying that my case was passed on. Is he here? Can I speak with him? What's going on? She was just like, kind of, I don't want to say brushing me off, but she was just kind of like, yeah, he's gonna be here. Yeah, we've had to pass your case. Da 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 da. Like, give me 1 second. I'm gonna come back to you. Never saw her again. So then we go on with the whole day. People going and going and going. Tell me, the craziest thing to me is I'm sitting in the courthouse on a gun charge. They're doing cases, I guess by last name. My last name starts with an S. Why is it that a man that's in police custody is getting seen in front of the judge before my case? Mind you, I've been there for about 2 hours now, and I haven't spoke to my lawyer once. No one has spoke to me. They just basically telling me, sit down and watch court as if I'm just a family member or somebody on trial. So then it gets down to the nitty gritty, boom, boom, boom. He's getting people out of there, and I'm the last one in the courtroom, literally. And they're asking me, oh, what is your name? I tell them my name. I ask the police officer in the courtroom, do I go up to the stand and talk to the judge, at least do something about my case or figure something out? And he's just like, hold on, give him 1 minute. So I'm like, all right, bet. They look me up, they find my case, and he's just like, judge off bat is just like, nah, tell him come back in October. And I'm like, bro, I just sat here for 3.5 hours for you to tell me that I gotta come all the way back in October. For what? For y'all to do the same thing? So after that, they give me a card with the court date and a different lawyer on there. So now this is my 3rd lawyer on this case. And at this point, I'm thinking of just going and getting me a regular lawyer, paid attorney, and having him deal with it. Because what's the point in me getting a public defender? They're court-appointed lawyers. I'm sitting in court, haven't spoke to anybody. No lawyer has came up, asked me my name, anything. So at this point, I'm feeling discouraged. I put an ugly message out on Instagram. I will be at my next court date, but I was pissed. So now, boom, I'm sitting here trying to reach out to my lawyer, calling the public defender's office, and it constantly just no answer. They got busy hours between 11 and 3 or something like from 10:30 to 11 and then 3 to 5. You can't call them because they're high volume of calls. And I'm like, yo, I just need to get in touch with my lawyer because to prevent what happened last time from happening again. But they continuously want me to go to court. And I'm like, yo, I'm tired of dealing with this case. I caught this gun charge, I want to say it was right before the new year. I caught it back in December, because right the next day that they took the gun, the next day I moved into my apartment. And so I'm like, this is something that's old. It's been over my head this whole year. I'm trying to get it over with. I haven't been putting out content and stuff because I don't want any of it, which is not likely, but I'm just trying to be safe. I don't want any of the content that I post to play an effect on, oh, he was at a car meet, he does these takeovers and all of that. I don't want them to paint me in that light, because that is not what I do. I'm a simple guy who enjoys cars. Like, I might pull up to a park and chill, here and there, might go to a swing event, but I don't do the illegalness and all of that. I'm not that type of guy. So here recently on YouTube, I've been trying to clean up my image, really taking a step back and getting back into the old roots of just enjoying cars, bro. And this whole journey has taught me that no matter what, you can try your hardest, to do the right thing. Always be on the right path, right arrow. There's always gonna be instances where shit just don't fall in favor of you. Like, that shit it's frustrating to think about it, but at the same time, I'm grateful that I'm going through it now, learning about it and understanding it, because now when I get older, I can pass this on to other people, pass it on to you. So with all that being said, I just want people to realize, like, this car culture shit, they're definitely cracking down. I don't know everywhere, but I know here in Charlotte, North Carolina, they're cracking down on the culture. They're cracking down on the takeovers, the car meets, the park and chills, the pull up and chills, the private sessions. They're cracking down on all of that. In the mix of that, I've also heard stories of how they're cracking down on the firearms, which is crazy to me because North Carolina is supposed to be an open carry state. I'm not one to take the illegal route, but if they're forcing my hand and I've got everything that I need to qualify and be a legit citizen, why are you making it harder for us? Why is it taking numerous attempts to try and get my court case over with? And it's just frustrating to know that, okay, I'm going through this now. I can go to one event, get pulled over, boom, violate me, lock me up. Like, it shouldn't be that way in my eyes. I haven't committed a violent act upon anybody. I haven't committed a felony. I haven't done anything, but they're constantly trying to, I don't know, I feel like they're trying to rage bait you into crashing out. You feel me? So just always remember, be mindful, be strong, and always keep your head on a swivel at a car meet, because the police, once they pull you, they can paint the picture however they want to. This shit is no game, and nah, I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, just taking a step back, looking at it, it's a learning experience for sure. Definitely won't be making this mistake again, and I hope to enlighten y'all more on the case as it goes. Unfortunately, I can't get too much into details, but eventually I'm gonna get this case situated, and then I'll be able to give a full backstory on it and what all took place and all of that. But for the most part, just be cautious and mindful. If you driving a car that's heavily modded, you're a target from the police at any point in time. I've been riding through the middle of a city, police is harassment. I've been riding back streets, back roads, police harassment. Now, anywhere you go, if your car is modified, you are a target. And right now, more than anything, they're cracking down on all of it. They just passed the tent law. Now they pulling people for tent because people going overboard. Like me, myself, my car is fully tinted out. So I understand some precautions. If you ever get pulled over, please, if your car is tinted heavily dark and all that, and you get pulled over, just drop all the windows. Make it easy for everybody. Cut a light on. Do something to help at least soothe the officer that's pulling you over, to let him know, like, hey man, I'm not one of those type of crazy people who are trying to get over on y'all. I have nothing to hide. Even if you do, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to be peaceful and respectful to officers, you know? I understand everybody got a job to do. Everybody got a family to feed. So I don't really knock the officers. I just knock the whole process itself. It don't seem to make sense to me. But that's just me. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. This was my story time on what's going on with my case.